Hello, everybody. Can we hear me? Good evening. Good evening. Happy weekend to to you all. Can you hear me? Good evening. If you're just joining us, good evening. We're starting shortly, and of course, our speaker is already here. So, good evening. Okay, I see. Great, great. Good evening. How have you been? Trust the weekend is going on well. You're welcome, guys. So today is day 7 of our 30 days sales marathon challenge. And it's been an awesome experience. It's been impactful, value packed for those that have been consistent. And it's been life changing for me personally, right? And I believe it's the same for us. So if you can hear me, you can as well go to the platform. Let's go and tag our accountability partners. Tell them that we'll be starting shortly. You don't necessarily have to leave. You can just, go to the group, tag your accountability partners, tag your friends as we are starting shortly. Our speaker is already here for us. You know, she came in very early as well. Thank you so, so much as we do that. All right, so introducing myself again, I'm Mohammed Raji Nanahanatu Abiola, and I am your host for throughout this sales challenge. I am your host and, of course, the director of Orbit Africa Properties Abuja branch. So let's quickly go to the platform shortly and invite our friends as well before I bring our speaker on stage for us to, gain a lot of value from her. I mean, this topic that we are going to be treating tonight is something that I believe that we all must know. All right. Okay. I just saw her message now. So it's something I believe that we must learn to thrive in any field that you find yourself. Interestingly, I attended a class last weekend where we spoke about leadership. We spoke about how it affects literally every aspect and even your personal life. You understand? So you you basically need to know how important tonight's class is. All right, so the topic for tonight is negotiation and influence as leadership tools in building a sustainable brand. Because as salesperson, you must begin to see yourself as a brand. And in to like our speaker will be joining me on this conversation as she'll be telling us all we need to know. She's an expert. She's somebody that, you know, is well grounded in this topic. So it's an honor to have her join us. Thank you so much, ma'am. We're really grateful for taking your time to be here as well. So I'll be bringing her on stage now so we can hear from her while we go to the platform and tell or you know other friends that will be starting now. Thank you, Mark. Can you hear me?
Good evening. I can hear you. How are you doing? Can you hear me too?
Fine, I'm fine. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you
Good
for joining
evening.
us. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So we are delighted to have you here, and you have the floor, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Great. I'm getting a feedback.
Okay, so I'll just be leaving the call to, go and tell the other people. There's still a few people that will be joining us as we progress, but let me
Okay.
also message on the platform. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No problem.
Or
No
you
problem.
can
Thank
come
you.
an introduction as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. No problem. Right. Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing today? If you are live with me, please let me know in the chat room. I can see great Kodua. Please, I am sorry if I murdered your name, but good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? So, I would like you to drop in the chat if you're with me. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you so much for having me, Nana Natu. My name is Balki Samzat. Thank you, Orbit Africa, for this opportunity. I am always excited to come on your platform to share whenever I am called. Good evening, King Pearl. Thank you so much for joining. So, like I said, or like she said, we are talking about leadership, we are talking about negotiation, we are talking about having a leverage in building a sustainable brand. And I'm always very excited to talk about it, about leadership and everything that's surrounding it for a few reasons. First, because leadership is the bedrock of anything. The Nigeria we have today and the Nigeria we desire, the Nigeria we hope for, is all dependent on leadership. We do not have any problem aside leadership problem. And because leadership is something that has to do with humans, it's become a bit dicey. Now, I always tell people that you are the hardest and the first person you are going to ever lead. So if you've been told to attend this sales class, or if you have decided to attend this sales class to get tips and tricks and all, please note that before anything you get from this place will work for you, you first must lead yourself. You first must lead yourself. And when you're done leading yourself, then it gets easier to lead anything in the world. Again, take this from me, take it to anywhere in the world. You need to lead yourself first before you are able to lead any other person or any other thing. And with that in mind, I am going to quickly divide this conversation into three parts and a half. So we have three parts and a half. And because today is day 17 of our conversation, of your conversation, with the Orbit Africa Sales Marathon program, the first thing for me is, are we still together? Please, I want to know in the chat room if we are still together. Drop your yes, we are together in the comments so I can see that we are still together. Please drop your yes, we are together in the comment. I am waiting. All right. Oluwabukumi Akisenwa. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, King Pearl. Thank you very much. So, like I said, I am going to divide this into three parts. First thing, I do not think I want to go through the route of, oh, what is negotiation? What is this? What is that? However, let me try. So, what is negotiation? What is leadership? What is leverage? What is a brand? Can someone just drop that in the comment for me? What is negotiation? What do you think negotiation is? What do you think leadership is? What do you think, leverage is? And what do you think a brand is? I want to see that in the chat room, please. I am waiting to know your thoughts. take from you just like I'm willing to give to you. So please help me out here. What do you think negotiation is based on your own understanding? What is leadership? What is leverage? So from the look of things, no one is ready to respond to me. It's fine. I'll just get right into that. So the first thing for me is let's go through the ranks. So persuading a mutually beneficial common ground. Okay, I'm not getting that. Which of them are you defining? So Oluwabukumi said negotiation is an act whereby two or more people come together with a common interest to achieve something. Yes, I totally agree. Two or more people coming together with a common interest to achieve something. Negotiation, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Thank you very much. Now, let me start with negotiation since Bukumi said negotiation. So, negotiation is an art, it's a structure, it's a system where you reach a mutually beneficial agreement. Like Bukumi said, two or more people. And what I am going to add to that is there has to be balanced interests, values, and timing. Yes, great, you are correct. Now, negotiation, according to definition, is an art where two or more people reach a mutually beneficial agreement by balancing their interests, their values, and their timing. Take this away. Since negotiation is two or more people reaching a mutually beneficial agreement by balancing, values, interests, and timing, it means that you as a salesperson, it is important that in your bid to make a sale, you are putting out your offer at the time it is beneficial, at the time it is the perfect timing for the other person, at the time that your values align. Now let's come to leverage. Leverage is, you know, when you have the ability to use what you already have. It could be your skill, it could be your relationships. Let me take that again. Leverage is the ability to use what you already have in skills, in relationships, in resources, or information to gain greater results with less effort. It is important to understand that the name Orbit Africa can be a leverage. Imagine you want to do real estate sales now and then you just decide, I am just my real estate person, and then you don't have a brand that you are going to leverage. Partnering with Orbit Africa is actually a means to leverage for you to attain greater results with less effort. When I mean less effort, it doesn't mean the effort in convincing the people, but the time it takes for you to build a name for yourself. Orbit Africa has cut it by half by giving you a platform. Another way to look at leverage is using a past client testimonial to convince a new client to trust you. Another leverage is using market knowledge to Confidently discuss or guide your buyers to make a deal. You see, leverage is your own act of working smarter, not harder. Now we've talked about negotiation, we've talked about leverage. Then there is brand. Because while you do all of this, it translates into one thing, a profitable brand. Now, brand is that perception that people have of you. The only reason you can leverage Orbit Africa is because there is a perception of Orbit Africa in the heart, in the mind, in the eyes of the people. And you can now build your own brand based on the fact that there is a brand you are leveraging already. So a brand is what you are known for, how you make people feel, and why they trust you. I have a friend that is also into the real estate space. And when we were in, you know, when I was in Quara, she's called Angel of EVC at the point. I'm not sure. I think she has left the brand now, but she was called Angel of EVC. So EVC is another real estate brand there in Ilorin. I know a number of you might know them, but she was called Angel of EVC. And that means that EVC as a brand is now tied to this other person, giving them a leverage, a name in a way at the point. Now, a brand is also what people say about you when you are not in the room. A brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. That is the power of the brand that you have built. So as you try to go on this journey, I need you to start to think about it. I already have something to leverage, the brand Orbit Africa. I am learning the ability to negotiate. And I am trying to build a sustainable brand. Now the question is, what is the biggest thing? Okay, let me give you a key word if you don't remember all the English I have said about a brand. Deliver consistently. Just keep that in mind. You can even frame it. My brand is consistently. Simple as ABC. Just take it and move on with that. If you take nothing from all my explanation of branding, you just take the fact that it is the promise I make and I deliver consistently. If I do not deliver that promise, it's only because I died the day before. That's what a brand should be. So when you think about building a brand, when you think about being a brand on this journey, just see it as, okay, this is me making a promise to the world through the name of Orbit Africa, and I am going to deliver consistently. The only reason I will not deliver is because I died the night before. Now let's talk about leadership. You see, leadership is the only reason you are able to deliver on the promise you make consistently. Leadership is that thing that makes a brand easy. It is that ability to guide, to influence, and to inspire others toward a goal. See, when I say inspire other people toward a goal, it's not just about you talking to them, you have to do this. It could be the fact that the way you talk about buying properties on your status is the reason they want to buy properties as a young person. I have a number of things to my name too. And what happens with that is not that I just woke up one day and I have all the money in the world. No. But I saw my friend talk about, having properties, the benefit, the that. And I was just like, I think this is a very good way to just keep my 2K, my 10K, my 5K, my this and that, one way or the other. And I was gingered. That is leadership. Somebody led me into being inspired. Somebody led me into being guided to doing this. The reason I had to explain this is because what you're going to do on this journey, After this 30 days sales training, so many trainings will come in. But I also want you to put in mind that every single day you wake up and you call yourself a real estate person, every single day you wake up and you call yourself a realtor, you are building a brand, you are leveraging whatever it is that you can leverage, and you need to lead in order to get people to where you want them to be, which will in the end translate into money for you. But that's by the way, you know. Please, are we still together? I want to see in the comments if we are still together. I want to know if we are still together. So, one of the very important things that happens when you now combine leadership, brand, negotiation, and leverage is that you have things you can start to do in order to build something sustainable. And because we are on day 17, like I said, I have categorized what we need to do into 17 parts, into a list of 17 things. We have this list of 17 things, but I have divided them into three parts. What you need to do now, what you need to do later, and the things you are going to do simultaneously. So that's the hybrid part of the doing. Can I see it in the chat room? What did I say? How did I divide it? How have I divided our conversation today? What you need to do now, what you need to do later, and the things that you need to do simultaneously, the hybrid things that you need to do. Now, guys, the reason we have the now, the later, and all of that is very simple. You see, there are some things that are very important in the immediate. There is a saying that what got you here will not take you there. Whatever it is that got you to your current reality might not take you to the place that you're going to. So the only reason this is very important is because what will take you from 100,000 naira commission will not take you to a million. What will take you from being able to sell 500,000 piece of land will not take you to selling 10 million naira piece of land. So that is why we have to have it in time frames so that it gets easier for you to move through the journey. I didn't prepare a slide. You'd have seen my slides, I know, but I didn't prepare a slide today. I had a very long day, so I am very sorry about that. But I promise to deliver as much as possible. Now, because I have a note though. So let's go to what you need to do now. When we talk about the things you need to do now, they are low barrier things, but they have high impact when you practice and implement them. The first thing is sales is a conversation. And that means that every single time you enter into the realm of negotiation, you are trying to have a conversation, but you must first listen to understand and not to respond. Get me right. The first thing you need to do now, you need to practice consistently, you need to implement immediately, is for you to learn to listen, to understand, and not just respond to your client or your potential client. When you're able to practice deep listening, when you're having sales conversation, you are able to uncover what these people, what they need. Let me give you an instance. Let's say Great is telling me about your Easter sales. I know it ended some few days ago, but let's say you want to tell me about your Easter sales. And I'm telling you, this land that you're telling me about, I always like a neighborhood that is quiet, you know. So Now imagine you want to respond to me, you are just saying, ah, it's very, very quiet. I think about it in my head like it seems like these people does not this person does not just wants to sell to me, nothing else. But how about you, ask me, okay, so why do you want a quiet neighborhood? Is it because of peace? Is it because of safety? Is it because of your children? Is it because of family? Why exactly would you like a peaceful neighborhood? It is very possible that what they are trying to build in that vicinity is not going to be anything peaceful. It might be that the infrastructures coming to that area will not give me peace of mind. So, with that in mind, if I tell you, oh, it's because of, for someone like myself, so when myself and my husband were trying to get our apartment, the first thing in my head was I needed a place where I could do my work and not be disturbed. My husband has no issues with anywhere, oh, as long as the area is safe. But beyond safety, I wanted quiet. I wanted a place where I could record my sessions and do anything I want to do without having various interference. It happens once in a while, but it's not a daily, weekly, or something thing. There's some times that you cannot control some things. However, my area is peaceful, my area is calm. It's as crazy as my house, everybody that is going out locks the gate. If you are the one coming out next, you are opening it by yourself, not like somebody just opens down the gate and all of that. So I don't know if you are going to sell beyond lands, but even with land, you have to know why this person wants this land in this kind of neighborhood. But you need to listen to them deeply in order to get it right. So the next thing is that when you're having sales conversation, especially if you are sitting together, please mirror and match their body language and tone. What is the first thing I said, please? Please drop it in the comments. What is the first thing that you need to do now? What is the first thing that you need to do now before I move into the second thing you need to do? What is the first thing you need to do now? I am waiting, I am waiting, I am waiting. I can't see anybody in the comment section. Are we still together? Yes. Great said listen to understand. You got it right. The second thing you want to do now when you are having sales conversation is to make sure that you mirror and match their body language. You see, what that means is that you make it easy to build rapport and make them feel like you are seeing them beyond the money that is growing on their head. If your client is speaking calmly and slowly, please do the same. They are going to subconsciously trust you and feel comfortable talking to you. Don't say, okay, a person, so I like to have a place that is very calm, very collected. And oh my, yes, we have someone that's very calm and very collected. So immediately you even get to the place, you're already rushing me now, my dear, calm down. See me beyond the dollar notes, I mean the naira notes on in my hands. See my personality as somebody that doesn't like to be rushed, possibly. See me as that person who likes to take it one at a time, even though you are in a rush to meet your target. Thank you, great. Become your client. In that moment, become your client. Sales is a personality. You've got to learn to sell. And when you are learning to sell, you've got to be like the person that you want to sell to sometimes. Now, another thing, the third thing you want to do is to ask open-ended ended questions. Open ended questions are powerful, they are secrets to so many things. Rather than pitching to them, please discover who they are and what matters most to them in what you are presenting to them. So, what would a perfect land location now look like to you? Ask them. So your land is in Abuja. Eh, Lugbe, Abi, what do they call that place? I really don't know. I feel like it's a bit far. Ah, you'll be like, okay, so what exactly is it going to look like if you are going to get a place in Abuja? Around where exactly would you like around Lugbe, Abi, I don't know what exactly you guys call it there. And then they start to tell you, probably they're telling you a place that is closer to the road. They're telling you a place that is closer to a particular landmark and all of that. And it is very possible that that landmark and all of those things are closer, are part of your own brochure, but you have not explained it. So they were already tuning off. But the moment you asked that question, you saw that, oh, we are aligned, we are on the same page, you get them in. Now, the third thing that you want to do. What did I say the second and the fourth thing that you want to do? But what did I say the second and the third thing were? What is the second and the third thing I have mentioned? Guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Stay with me. Stay with me. I think this is to 10. Stay with me. What is the second and third thing that we are trying to do? Now, the fourth thing is you first need to start to state your value clearly and early. See, as a brand, people do not buy what you do, they buy who you are. They buy what they believe you are going to do for them. Thank you, Bukumi. Thank you. Thank you, Nanaatu. Thank you, great. People buy what they believe you're going to do for them, the transformation, and then they buy who you are. Some people will buy a book not because they like to read, but just because it is Nana that is selling it. So people will attend this session not because they want to do anything in real estate, because it is Nana that is hosting it. Or some people will be here not even because they're interested in anything real estate, but because it is Orbit Africa. That's just the way life works. So state your value clearly and early. In your bio, state it. Every single time that you come up to share any piece of content, to do anything, state it. You know, let's say you are that realtor that specializes in helping your clients, close their deals in 30 days without compromising on the location or the price. Let them know. I am going to make sure that you are able to get a very good land in Kinikan in so time with so amount. Just do something, say something that fits into what is going to tweak their emotions. Sales is emotional. People just justify it with logic. When you say, okay, I bought the land just because of what? You want people to know that you just want to buy land because you have to have something in your portfolio. The logic that you are telling us is not it. You want to secure your future. That's an emotional thing. It's not a logical thing, because there is the fear of anything can happen at any point in time. Now, the fifth thing that you need to do consistently, like I said, now, immediately, is start to frame your offers in a way that guides them to make decisions. When Orbit Africa wanted to talk about the Easter sales, they guided it in a way that people knew that there was timeline to it. If you do this by this time, you can secure this by this time and this benefit. Imagine the land going for 1.5 million naira. By between this Easter sales, you are going to get it for 750,000 naira. You are going to get this, you are going to get that. That is it. If and then, if by this time you can do this, you'll be able to get this. If you buy this land by Friday, then you can secure probably let me say 100 blocks for your foundation. I don't know how you want to do it. If you are able to pay so amount by this time, you are able to secure the amount of land that you want, because by so time, that is why there is always this thing in that their sales flyer and all of that, that okay, between this time the pre-launch price is this amount, but you can start with this amount so that you can secure the pre-launch price. It's if and then. If you do this, then you get this. Always guide your offers in that option. I want you to understand that many times, because you are leveraging, again, because you are leveraging Orbit Africa, it's easier for you to get all of these things, structured for you. But the reality is, if you cannot interpret it in your communication, you're going to have a problem. You are going to have sales problem. So whatever it is that the flyer is saying, please make sure that you learn, you understand, and you embody it before taking it to your clients. So that when you speak to them, you are speaking to them with your own voice, even though you are leveraging what Orbit Africa has done for you already. Now, I want you, the final thing in the now that you need to do, like immediately, that you need to start doing, is documenting your wins publicly. Please show social proof so that it can influence your brand perception to people. You can't just be calling yourself a realtor, and then you're not talking about people that have bought land for you. You're not. I remember that my friend used to, just shout out to some of our clients at that time. See, the clients that you bring into the company, it's fine if the company is celebrating people, that's good, but actually celebrate your clients personally. Aside that, there is something that I also know, that if you make a sale, you can actually just screenshot this thing, cover the name of the person and like, talk about why this is the process I had to go through for me to get this sale. This is. I know sometimes we are scared of village people and all, but please help yourself. God is willing to help you. Help yourself. Drop the fear of people billing you because you are showing social proof and all of that. Drop that. It's not going to help you in the long run. Yeah. Now, I need you to drop for me in the comments the 6 things I have talked about that we need to do now, so we can move into the later stage of things. What are the 6 things I talked about that we need to do now? Please, I want to see them in the comments. What are the 6 things I have said we need to do now in order to, start building that brand, start leveraging that relationship? These things are going to bring about immediate influence and help your negotiation. I am waiting. I am not going to move on without getting the list from you. Let me have that list. What are those things that we need to do now? I mentioned 6 of them. We need to do them now in order to, start to build influence and negotiate better. I am waiting patiently for you. Nana, are you here with me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Thank you,
I'm here.
Olusegun. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Olusegun says show testimonials. Oluwabukumi said number one, active listening. Listen actively rather than respond. Yes, yes, yes. I've gotten two. We have four more to go. We have four more to go. I've gotten two. We have four more to go. Yes, mirror and match their body language. You got it. Ask open-ended questions. Absolutely. So we have four. We have two more to go. Yet state your values. I agree. And we have the final one. Who is going to share that with us? Yes, start to frame your offers. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much for sharing. Now let's move on to the things that you need to do, which are the later things for your strategic brand and relationship moves. See, it doesn't just end when you've collected their money and pocketed it. It does not end there. There's some mid to long-term actions that sustain that influence and help you build relationship with strength. I remember a friend, and I will call her, I can't call her a friend like that and all of that. When we used to what do I call it? Thank you, great. So when we used to talk about all this work and all, and then the person she actually married was actually a client turned friend. That's the way it works sometimes. And it's weird because was just checking up. Oh, what's up? This thing that you've asked me to do, I have done it. Oh, this is how it is. And so many conversations, so many conversations. But one very important thing that I have come to realize is this: please, please, and please, see, every single time you meet a new person that you can sell to, see it as a long-term relationship that you can build over time. I'm not asking you to go and marry your clients, but I am saying that you can actually build quality relationships that goes beyond client customer relationship and then move into familiar relationships. People that become your very good friends, people that become very indispensable in your life. These are the people that your children will call their connections as time goes by, right? So, the first thing that you need to do on the later list is build your own negotiation framework. See, all the thing we are doing in number one, in the now, we are hustling. So recently, I am having a 15 days program, and every single day for the in the last 8 days, we've had a speaker come speak about something in leadership and personal stability. And so on day 5, we had a speaker speak about going from hustle to structure in your income streams for financial stability. And so we talked about the fact that hustling are the things that you do right now. If it's not there, you really cannot get anything. But the moment there is a system in place, it makes it easy for you to get the same results consistently. And that's why I am saying that you need to build your own negotiation framework. You would have been taught so many things in the last few days, and there is more to come. But please pick everything, look at them, and use that to build something that works for you. Test it, refine it, iterate, do anything that you need to do, but build something that is your own, something that people can associate with you actually selling to them. Develop your repeatable steps, something that people can associate with your own brand. It is very important. If you ask Mr. Wisdom Okoko, he has his own, negotiation and closing framework. If you ask Nanatu, she has her own. If you ask anybody in the sales industry, they have their own process. But you can learn all of these things and also find something that works for you so that your brand is going to be built on something repeatable and reputable that speaks to you, your values that we've talked about, you know, your framings, your questions. Now, the second thing you want to do on this list is to start a monthly client check-in system. Start a monthly client check-in system. For reasons best known to you, it's very important, not just because not just because it's going to be so easy, but because it's very good for your reputation on the long run. Some people did not buy from you, not because of anybody. They feel like once I buy from this one now, I will go and that's the end of it. I have so many people that they've never bought anything from me, but I still check up on them once in a while. So you can decide that every first Friday of the month, you are going to check up on your clients. Maybe send a voice note, send a text, probably put all of them in a busy group, and then or you can label every one of them, and then you just put something small. So Ibalkis, how are you doing? So it's been like a month since you got your land, and we are very excited. Is there anything that we can help you with? Is there anything that you need? Is there anything that you've been struggling with? Just do something that makes them feel as if, oh, you didn't forget them the moment you collected their money. It is very, very important. It is extremely important. It is essential. I don't know what other word to use for it. Now, the next thing is that you want to create your, content series. Last year, I know that, no, earlier this year in January, I know Nana had this very long 30 days content series that was just personal to her. It doesn't have anything to do with Orbit Africa at the point. We didn't use Orbit Africa, branding. But this one, this one that is happening right now is a kind of personal branding strategy. That's the reality. It could be, weekly YouTube short series. It could be anything. You just probably share 2-minute stories of your past deals, what was negotiated, the outcome, whatever it is. My friend from, all of the things that she does in real estate started her own podcast on self-care because it's something she's very, very big on. And so starting that thing on self-care, it made it very easy for her to actually draw in her clients. So she wasn't just talking about real estate this time. She now had a podcast that was dedicated to talking about self-care and sometimes some of the things that she does in real estate. You can check Aphrodite podcast on Spotify. Aphrodite podcast. And that's the beauty of trying to brand yourself. Right? So, while that also works, another thing you want to look at is, partner with complementary service providers. So, for instance, somebody bought, let's say you are saying, Orbit Africa has this house that they want to sell, and then you have been given this thing to sell the house. And then okay, so everyone is trying to sell, and you ended up selling the house. How about you partner with probably an interior designer to say, "Oh, my clients got this house. Can you? This is the commission that you are making from it. I'm going to give you this amount, or do this for you to help them probably draft a structure for their interior design." And then you tell the client, oh, because you've gotten this and all, so I thought to take it a step further and help you with, creating mapping out your interior design needs and all. And this is what I've been able to come up with and this. And they feel like even if they don't finally use what you have created, they feel it's thoughtful. They feel it's thoughtful. Oh, or probably you ask them, okay, so this land that you've gotten, can I help you with the, reach out to lawyers, somebody that can value it, probably after they've gotten the land, after they've done anything that they want to do on it, someone that can value the land and all. It could even be let's still use the interior designer example. You can actually help them with virtual, free virtual staging of their house, whatever it is that they've built on it. You can even give them a list of, okay, so these are list of things you can do on this land, even if you don't want to build at the moment. Now, another thing that you want to do on this later list is develop a client education system. Don't just come up every day, every single day, buy, 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 buy. Sales does not work like that. Give people reasons to buy. Teach them something. They don't, even if they don't buy from you, but teach them, let them take that knowledge and it sinks in their head like, oh, this person has been this instrumental. I remember there was somebody's video that I watched that made me always check, like, overcheck any real estate company that I see. That's the weird thing. So even before I bought a piece of land, I already knew what I needed to do before buying from any brand. I had been burnt before, but then I didn't know. But when I started to now, hear from the real estate people that I was working with and moving with at the point, I understood what I needed to do and gave me an insight into what was important when I wanted to, actually get into that. So you can even have your own free guide. You can create a short ebook when a client comes to you like, okay, so this is nice. These are the things that I have for you. You can even put it in your catalog on WhatsApp. The moment they land on your page like this, they just see your catalog. This person is smart. Oh, let me read this thing first. You have let me say, a playlist on YouTube that has various conversations that guides them on their real estate journey. It's very important. And finally, what you need to do, you need to create a negotiation win portfolio. I don't know why I'm missing the words. It's going to be like a PDF. It's going to be anything that you can think of. It could be slides, it could be whatever. But this is going to showcase your tough deals, the objections you had to overcome, the values that were protected, the feedback from your clients. It makes it very easy for you to come back and see what worked, what did not. And it also helps in creating number one. Remember what our number one was? Who can remind me of what number one was in this later part? In the later things you need to do, what was number one? I want to see that. I want to see that as soon as possible. What was number one in the later things that you needed to do? I am waiting patiently. Yes, build your own negotiation framework. Build your own negotiation framework. Build your own negotiation framework. So when you have this, this idea of what went well, what did not, what were the things I had to do, what were the things I had to say, it makes it easy for you to build a framework that works for you. Right? And now I am going to quickly rush us through what you need to do, the things you need to do daily and the long-term practice. First is always give people a sense of control. Give them a sense of control, but know that you are still in control. The second thing is you want to follow up with purpose on anything that you want to sell, not pressure. Let every of your follow-up deliver value, insight, emotional connection, but not pressuring them to bring their money. It doesn't work that way. Now, please make sure that you are not a different person online and offline. Align your online and offline presence. Let your digital footprint reflect the things that you are doing in their DMs and in their emails or whatever it is that you guys are having your conversation. And let them, when they meet you physically too, they are saying that yes, this is the person I've been working with and I'm excited to work with. Please train yourself to speak in terms of outcome every time you look at your deals. Train yourself to speak in terms of outcome. Have a result language vocabulary. Have them. What is the outcome for you when you get this piece of land? What is the outcome for you when you do this? What is the outcome for them when they do that? Train yourself to speak in, the result language, and always master the use of silence. It doesn't have to be that it's every time you are the one speaking in the negotiation or even in trying to influence people. Let silence be a great move for you, right? And how do you now get started? In 5 simple steps. If you have started selling, the first thing is to audit your current sales conversation. Are you listening more than you are talking? Are you negotiating reactively or proactively? Now, number two thing you want to do is to pick on noun. Two things from the noun list that you want to practice. Pick them, just two things. The third thing is to design your relationship calendar. Block out the time of the week that you want to follow up with old clients, new clients, when you want to send resources, or when you just want to just check in on them without sending anything to them or doing anything. And then decide a kind of brand asset you want to build. Start something simple. Don't rush into everything I have said. Just pick something that you can work with and start with that. And then finally, please document every of your learnings and your winnings. You can have a special journal or like a special document on your laptop or on your phone that you write. Now that every document has tabs, you are able to use tabs. What worked, what did not. So when you open a tab for this particular client, what worked, what did not, why did it not work, when did you start the negotiation, when did you end it, and so many things like that. It's going to become your own brand playbook. Remember, you have Orbit Africa to leverage, and it just makes it easier for you to practice all of those things and make the most out of your situation. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. I am very excited to have shared myself with you, and I hope I was able to deliver value to you today. But if you take nothing out, please take the fact that you need to lead yourself before any other thing that you have. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Nana, you can have
Thank
the floor.
you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Wow. Wow. Let's appreciate our speaker for tonight. Remember at the beginning of the class, I said you were going to be moved by the class tonight, and it is already evidence. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. So let's appreciate her. If you can hear me, type in the comment section. Let's appreciate her. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And of course, the last part is the summary of where she mentioned that if you don't take anything from this class, just always know that you need to be able to lead yourself. And it tells you that the aspect of leadership in every area is paramount. So you don't have to be holding any position to be a leader in your field. You should see yourself as a leader at home and all of that. So thank you so much, ma'am. And of course, all the insights you've given us. My book is already full. I've written down so many points from tonight's class. Thank you so much, man. We are truly really grateful. And of course, this is now time for us to ask our questions. If you have questions for our speaker for tonight, let's begin to roll in our question. And I'm so happy about this topic because she literally touched a lot of areas. And our tomorrow's task you're going to come out and create a content. It could be anything that you're comfortable with. So I'm glad that we had this class tonight. Let's be fired up to do more. Ma, do you want to say something?
Not at all. No, I was waiting for the questions.
Okay, so do we have questions for her? Any Ask your question. It is now time to ask your question. What are you confused about? Are you confused about starting? What is it do you need more clarity on? This is like an advantage and an opportunity to have your questions answered by an expert. So let's ask our question now before we call it a night. So, do we have questions for her? Okay, so I guess don't. I believe. Okay, so we're
Oh,
saying
I
that.
also have
Thank.
something to say. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I
Okay, ma'am.
have one last thing I forgot to.
Okay.
Can I add one thing,
Yes,
please,
go ahead.
guys?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so everyone, please, I want to seek your indulgence on something. Make sure that no matter what you do, you do not think that you are bigger than. All right, you do not think that you are bigger than artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence become that real to take off. It's coming to take off. So start to train industry on AI mastery. So make sure that you don't see AI as your enemy, but as a tool to advance whatever it is that you have at hand. That's just it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Funny enough, I was exploring some AI tools and see it's crazy. It's interesting. Just yesterday I was exploring some tools. Today I did the same and I saw, other tools that I can actually utilize for, content creation and different things. So this is just, a reminder, just like our speaker has said, let's begin to explore these tools and understand them and see how we can begin to infuse them in whatever it is we are doing to make our work easier, right? So thank you so much, ma'am, for that reminder. In the absence of no questions, would call it a night. I remain your host, Muhammad Raji Nana Hanat Wabila. So watch out for our class, our activity for tomorrow. Make sure you participate in it. Don't get tired. Don't get tired because of course many would join, but not everybody would be able to, you know, practicalize everything and then use it to good use. So make sure that you are actively participating in everything. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night rest. Good night.